You know, when I hit 21, my body went through a big change, and not for the better. It took way too long to put on muscle naturally, and I just didn't know what to do. It shattered my confidence and sent me into a deep depression. And believe me, I tried everything. But then a friend told me about SARMs, and I tried it, and it worked. SARMs are the strongest male muscle enhancement supplement on the market. It increases blood flow, boosts testosterone, and ends erectile dysfunction instantly. So I asked my doctor about SARMs, and he said, SARMs? What the hell is SARMs? And I said, SARMs, the strongest male muscle enhancement supplement in the world, and it works. And he said he had never heard of it, so I pulled up the Sarm website and showed it to him. And he just started laughing, and he said, are you insane, man? You can't put that junk in your body, it will kill you. Rhino horn? Ammonia hydroxide? That's what's in meth, right? My doctor asked, where did you even hear about that shit from? And I said, a friend. And he said, well, what's your friend's name? And I said, well, actually I don't really know the guy. And he said, well, you just said he was your friend. And I said, look, let's forget about him. You write me a prescription for SARMs, and I'll be on my way. My doctor said, are you deaf, man? No, I could lose my license. You could die. And I said, yeah, I think I still want it though. Write the prescription, give it to me. I wasn't leaving. Side effects of SARMs include fits of rage, acne, balding, blindness, whooping cough, hallucinations, coma, trouble swallowing, decrease in semen, increase in semen, nasal sores, constipation, vomiting, night terrors, amnesia, and suicidal urges. But those are just the side effects they tell you about. I get the sweats, my bones are cold, my teeth are really loose, and my heart burns really, really hot. Also, I can read minds, and sometimes I even wake up driving a stolen car. But my muscle gains and erections are fantastic. And when I wear gray sweatpants, people cross the street, which is fine. SARMs really gave me my life back. It works. And I said, SARMs, the strongest male muscle enhancement supplement in the world. Damn, that's a fucking mouthful. That's what she said. Sometimes my heart, fucking motherfucker. All right, it is April 16th, 2021, and this is the 10th week that I have been on Rad 140. It's also going to be the last week that I am on Rad 140. Now, originally I was going to just go for 8 weeks, but again, the first few weeks really just sucked, so I wanted to extend the cycle a little bit longer just to see if I could get a little bit more out of it. And now I'm deciding to just stop at 10 weeks instead of going for the full 12. For the last 2 weeks, I decided to just stay at the 12.5 milligrams that I was taking. I didn't want to up it because, again, the whole hair thinning was kind of just, it was very stressful. I'm not sure like if it was more so in my head that I'm very paranoid about it, and I'm just, any opportunity I have, I just cannot help myself from looking at my hair, just checking it and checking it and checking it and checking it, and just, I would rather just stop now and see what happens when I'm off of the stuff and hope that it returns or just stops the thinning process. But the shampoo that I had, it did help a lot still, but it was still shedding, just not quite as bad. And it's just, I would rather see what is going to happen when I get off, and I want to see how my hair bounces back, because if it comes back and it's fine, or just it's not thinning anymore, then there's a higher chance that I will try Rad again in the future. But right now I kind of want to play a little more safe, just stop the Rad and see what happens with the hair. So that's where I'm at right now. As far as the side effects, everything is still the same. I still have that little bit of like irritability from people not being able to drive still. That has not changed. Again, the hair thinning it's nowhere near as bad as it was for those first couple weeks, or around the 6 week, 7 week mark. No acne, no gyno, nothing else that I can think of. I don't feel like I've had any side effects except for the hair thinning and the little bit of irritability. Now this whole time I still have not felt any different. I don't have the super strength or Superman feeling or whatever. That was the thing I was looking forward to, is like always seeing, oh, my strength is way up and I just feel great and all this. And I have not experienced that. I really don't feel any different. So that kind of sucks, but yeah, it is what it is. Now that I'm off the rad, I'm going to add the MK677, and I'm going to, for the first week, probably just do 12.5 milligrams. Probably the second week, till I'm out of my bottle, I'm going to do just a full dose. So that would be 25 milligrams, I believe. It's either 20 or 25. I haven't opened the bottle yet, so I gotta look at that. But that's the plan right now, is to use that to see if that will help me keep any of my gains or whatever. So I guess I can make a video on how that's going in the future as well. But that is the plan right now, is to add in the MK and be done with the rad. Now, as far as future SARM cycles, if I will ever do one again, is going to come down to a lot of different factors, and that would be, one, I want to see how it's going to go from being natural to being on SARMs to going back to natural. I want to see what the big difference is going to be, if my hair rebounds, if I just feel like crap afterwards, or whatever. I just really want to see what it's going to be like. So that's going to, if my hair doesn't rebound, then I 100% am not ever going to do a SARM again, because overall it's not worth it to me, or at least at the starting point that I started at. So, and that gets me into my other point, is I really went about it the whole just with the wrong attitude, wrong idea. And I think a lot of people would probably do the same thing. And that is, before I was just training very half-ass or training hardly anything at all. And I was eating like crap as well. So I really wanted to use the SARMs to give me that extra bit of motivation, and just to see, okay, let me add these SARMs in and see what we can do. Let me get looking crazy. So that's just the total wrong thing about, or way to go about it. It really is. You really need to get to your peak naturally, in my opinion. And then if you really want to, then get on it and surpass where you're at naturally. So you can't look like shit and get on it and then expect it to make you look amazing. So that was my biggest regret, is not waiting, because like I've been similar to this same body composition 100% naturally. So the big difference between what I am right now and where I was at naturally is, I feel like I'm a lot more vascular, just like constantly have a pump, and my weight is a lot more, well, not a lot more, but normally when I was natural, I was at my peak, I was 172, 173 tops. And then right now I'm at 179 pounds, looking about the same leanness. So a few 5-6 pounds from where I was naturally. So that's really the big difference. And that's really not worth it to go through all the potential side effects and risking your health and all that for me. So if I were to go about this again, I would want to be 100% on my diet, 100% training, really go into it with a program already, because this whole time I still haven't been on a real training program. I just kind of come in and kind of just do what I want to do. I don't have any plan. I have an idea of what I'm going to do, but I really don't follow a program. I'm just in here going for the pump. That's just how I like to train, but I think if I really stuck to a program, that would help a ton. For one, it's just for whatever reason I can't. I have trouble sticking to a program. Like I'll go find one that I want to do, or I'll make my own program and I'll do it, and then I'll get tired of writing it down or going in between sets and writing it down. So it's just such a little thing that if I just did it, it would help out tremendously, but I haven't done it. So I think that's going to be one of my biggest goals, is to get a program, either buy one or find one, or make my own, which most likely I'm just going to make my own, because it's not hard to make your own program. You just got to stick to it. So yes, if I ever do another cycle, I'm going to be 100% on everything perfectly before I ever do it again. Because then I will actually see, I mean, yeah, I made progress, obviously, but I could make just that much more progress if I was on everything perfectly. My final weight is 178.7 pounds. In the last video, I said that I was 178.6, I believe, but I did weigh myself at night that day, so yeah, I was 2 pounds heavier than what I was the next morning. So actually in that last video, I was 176. So now I'm 178 just a few minutes ago when I weighed myself. So that is my final weight. I started at, I believe it was 166. And so now I'm 178 in 10 weeks. So a lot of this was muscle memory, as well as adding in the SARMs. I'm gonna okay, that's one thing too. I'm very manipulative with my pictures and everything, and I want to try to be more transparent. In the before, when my very first recording where I'm turning around and showing myself, that was with no pump. I wasn't tan. The lighting, I mean, it was decent, but it was okay. And then when I'm showing myself afterwards, I am pumped, I'm tanned, and the lighting is probably a little better. So that makes the difference that much more, which definitely helps with clickbaiting people, but hopefully they enjoy the video and aren't too upset that I clickbaited them. But I'm going to show my beginning when I was not pumped and when I was pumped, compared to now, 10 weeks later on SARMs. I'm gonna show not pumped and pumped, so you can kind of get that better picture of how much actually changed. And I mean, I definitely made some progress. I think the most progress that I feel like I made was my forearms, my arms in general. Usually my arms are relatively small, in my opinion. I really don't like training arms. It's kind of one that I don't tend to do a whole lot. But yeah, I think I don't know if it's just because I can see my arms all the time. But my forearms feel like they have gotten much bigger, but I don't know if it really picks up in the camera or not. But to me, I can tell that my forearms are just constantly just pumped and vascular, and just I feel like I'm putting on size there when I really haven't done much forearm work. So that's cool. I feel like I'm a little more like full filling. I feel just more vascular all the time, and I kind of have like a drier look than when I was natural. At least at the dose that I was taking, I just didn't see or feel like it was really worth it, or the risks aren't worth it for what it did for me. Yeah, sure, it's kind of cool and yeah, to be all vascular and shit all the time, but again, it's not that crazy of a difference to me. But I hope everyone enjoyed these videos of me trying SARMs out for the first time, and hopefully you stick around and watch some of my other videos and my future videos. I have a lot of fun making these, so it's really cool to see a bunch of people watching the videos and actually liking them. So please watch some of my other videos and not just the SARM videos, because no telling if or when I will make another SARM video. So again, hopefully you like my other ones. Yeah, I guess like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.
Next time on
Steve Fit.
His muscles erupt with his newly bridled power.